Hey, welcome to On Blast. The On Blast podcast is Duluth, Minnesota's first cultural plus and culturally controversial podcast. I'm your host, Adrian Green, and I go by Dree, and this is On Blast. On Blast podcast is a production of the Neuroblast Entertainment music label and the great people at On Blast Podcast LLC. Click, like, share, subscribe. It costs you no money unless you're acting funny. And right now, what we're going to do is what we do every episode and go into these sponsors and let them be known and pay those bills and get that out of the way right now. And this is episode number 6, and episode number 6 is brought to you by the great people at Drip 101 Clothing. That's where we're live at right now. We got ATO Willie on the that's who you're here right now with the music. That's ATO Willie right there, the music producer. Drip 101 is centrally located. They're 30 West 1st Street, Duluth, Minnesota, right downtown, heart of the city, right next to the Legacy Glass Shop. They carry brands like Cool Hustle Gang, Louis Fifth, Miss Me. They clothe me when I do my podcast shit. I can't say nothing but good about them. That's the great people at the Drip 101 Clothing. Next is the North Shore Snow Blaster snow removal service. For all your snow removal needs this season and the next, go check out the great people at the North Shore Snow Blaster Snow Removal Service. Call them for an estimate or a quote. They get the job done. Let me tell you, they're only servicing the Duluth and the Superior area. So anything outside of that, they're not gonna do. That's outside of their territory. You could call them at 218-464-1525, and let me tell you, they got plows, blowers, men, shovel, ice. Whatever you may need, let them deal with it so you don't have to. And again, they're only servicing the Duluth and the Superior area. And again, you can call them at 218-464-1525. Lastly is the House of Healing. The House of Healing is the men's sober home, and let me tell you, they're changing lives there. They're ranked number 1 in the state. They're a huge sponsor with the On Blast podcast and the Sober Shout Out, you know what I mean, which we have once a day. I can't say nothing but good about them as well. If you need to call them or talk to a day house supervisor, a day program supervisor, or whatever they may, whoever they may have in charge there, give them a call at 218-343-0460. That's 218-343-0460, or you can email them at houseofhealingduluth@gmail.com. Again, they're ranked number 1 in the state. They're changing lives. Sobriety is everywhere, people. That's their info I'm giving you and leaving you. If you may need it, do so. You know what I mean? You only get one life. Live your best life and be the best version of you could be, and they could help you get to that. You see what I'm saying? Again, click, like, share, subscribe, and now we could jump on into On Blast. And what we talk about, like, you know, I cover things that I feel is newsworthy, you know what I mean, foreign or domestic, near and far, mainly rooted here in Duluth, Minnesota, news that affects us and whatnot. Some positive, some negative, but right now, for the most part, we got mostly positive news. And right now, I want to talk about these UMD Bulldogs, these football players that are at the Minnesota Vikings mini camp, which is huge for up here, you know what I mean, and as it should be, you know what I mean. I love Duluth, I love Minnesota, and I love this topic more so, not just because I went to UMD and played there too, but like, you know, it's great to see, you know, these student athletes reach heights that, like, you know, that are close to you, you know, from your alma mater, to say the least. And right now, the On Blast podcast wants to give a personal fucking shout out to Brett Lang, offensive lineman at UMD, who's down there. They want to give a shout out to Zach Ogile, and another shout out to Armani Carmichael. You know what I mean? All 3 of those individuals were UMD Bulldogs, and they are at the Vikings minicamp right now, and I hope they land a position. I know how it works there, you know what I mean? Like, when you go into the minicamp, that's not a for sure roster spot. You didn't make the team yet, but it's just it has to be rewarding to, you know, have your athletic side and what you could do, you know, while you were studying, being a student, getting all that noticed, you know what I mean, on that level, and they invite you in to showcase your abilities and whatnot. And that, you know, it has to be rewarding. It's an honor. It must be an honor for them to be there. I know they feel the same way. Shout out to them 3 individuals, and shout out to the UMD football program. Next, Lil Baby and Glorilla. I told you on the last episode, I told you about Lil Baby. He was going on tour, right? So now we have that date here. Lil Baby, and he's bringing Glorilla with him, and they're live at the Target Center Saturday, August 19th at 7 p.m. And this is a public event by the WEC Ticket Association, or whoever backs WEC. You got to get their tickets there. It is at the Target Center. The Target Center is a Ticketmaster arena, but it's not going to be Ticketmaster where you get these tickets. You got to get them at the WEC, the WEC tickets again, and that is August 19th. He'll be up here with Glorilla, and I definitely got to be at that bitch. I wanna be there. I want to see that shit, because that's my dude. I love his music, and I love what he's bringing to the culture, and how he's pushing it forward. Shout out to Rihanna and ASAP. I guess they're naming their baby RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan. They're naming their baby boy RZA, which I thought was adorable. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. I can't say honestly that I follow either one of their musics, like their traditional fan does, but I appreciate both of their styles and whatnot. Rihanna, what she's doing, with Rock Nation, and ASAP, what he's been doing, like on the mixtape level and independently is huge. Shout out to them and their new addition to their family, their baby boy, and they're calling him the RZA. That's adorable. Another subject I'm talking about today is and I'm really getting sick of it actually, is Ja Morant. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this boy, man. Like, I respect his athletic ability to the utmost. You know what I mean? This dude is like single-handedly could be like the new face of the NBA, but at the same time, he's about to be like the best player in the NBA just to get kicked the fuck out. I don't know what he's on. He was caught on TikTok, with another what seemed like weapon, and it's something going on with him, man. It's like, there's something not right there. You know what I mean? There's something mentally that is not right to me. You know what I mean? Because if you're about to get removed from a situation that will change not just your life, but your generations to come. I'm talking millions upon millions of dollars, and you're a professional basketball player, but there's something about him that he cannot let go of that street life. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, but it's just like it is not worth it, bro. I don't know what's going on with Ja Morant and who he has around him, but clearly it's some people that are not making the best decisions for him and accommodating his career and who he is, like, in the basketball world, and him as a person. It's like, if you know an individual that has all this going for them, and it's just like, who would do that though? Who would sacrifice and jeopardize all this shit because you can't let go of some street life, or you need to uphold some image, to people on a social media website with, for what? It's like, dude, you're about to get fucking kicked out the NBA, and they're not going to let you back in because you have a severe problem, bro. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I can't get my head around, him and how he allows this shit to happen. It's like, clearly it's it's something that he doesn't mind, like, the association, the National Basketball Association, knowing these people, they have federal agents, you know what I mean? They know everything about you. When these people invest millions of dollars into you, and you're property of them now, trust me, like, they're gonna know every fucking thing about you, where you're going, your car transactions, if you booked a flight somewhere. I don't know what's wrong with Ja. He knows that, this shit's gonna be taken away from him, and he has to if he keeps allowing this to happen. But you know what I mean, all you could do is hope for the best. I respect his athletic ability. I don't know this man outside of the NBA and what he does on the basketball level, and these other people that are around him, they they know him, you know what I mean? And it just seems like, you know, he doesn't have the right people around him. I don't know what's going on with Ja Morant, but you can't wish nothing but the best for him, and for him to climb out that situation and wake up. Wake up, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You're going to be like the biggest headlining waste of talent, you know what I mean, that's ever touched an NBA court. And you know these people are going to fucking extort you, and the media is going to make you look fucking ridiculous. So please wake up, Ja, because I like watching you dunk on people. I like watching you take off from the free throw line. You know what I mean? You know, I got a son that likes Ja Morant. You know what I mean? Can we stick to that and leave that hood shit, that street shit, that wannabe Crip shit alone? Because that's not you. That's not you. It's like, when did you get put on? In Memphis? Like, dog, you are an athlete. Just be an athlete, okay? You don't need to do none of that other shit. Anyway, next topic is we got ERYKAH BADU coming to motherfucking the XL Energy Center. Again, I'm covering a lot of artists and let you guys know when, like, you know, these shows and when they're coming near us. We got ERYKAH BADU. She's bringing Yoselin Bay June 30th in St. Paul at the XL Energy Center. I'm definitely going to that one. I like, you know, ERYKAH BADU. That's a strong, that's a different type of female right there, boy. Her music she's like in a league of her own. Like, when you listen to her music, they bring you to places where you ain't never been before, but you want to keep listening and you want to keep, like, being there. You know what I mean? Shout out to ERYKAH BADU. That's a strong sister, strong individual. You know what I mean? Andre 3000 and motherfucking Common. You seen how they were before they started dating her? Them motherfuckers was wearing jerseys and they were hood, like, you know, like real hood motherfuckers, street motherfuckers. And then, like, you know, after fucking with her, you see how abstract and, you know, they are, and how Andre 3000, his style changed, and how Common style changed. That's because of her. ERYKAH BADU, man, I'm definitely going to that show. Again, XL Energy Center, June 30th, St. Paul. We're definitely going to go check that out. Next, a little local news, you know what I mean? Northern Minnesota is getting new road weather information system, and it's something that we got awarded here living in Northern Minnesota. They're doing them on the highways and stuff right now. If you go to other cities, like, you notice how they tell you the weather, what, like, on the digital thing, like the ones that move to, they have that one, and we're getting the ones that let you know when to, like, slow down or accident ahead or this and that. I thought it was newsworthy. It's gonna do nothing but bring more awareness to people on the road and behind their vehicles with their families in them or out of them, or getting home to their families. All recognition on a cautious level while behind the wheel is I think, newsworthy. I've seen and been a part of too many accidents and seen, especially in the winter up here. You know what I mean? It's gonna do nothing but help. It was like $1.5 million they're doing it. We got awarded it and it passed. It's just like over, like, on the highways and the weather information things that over the highways, we're gonna have those up here now. So shout out to MinDOT. And lastly, what we're going to cover is, you know, it ain't that big of an episode. We got this last topic and our sober shout out, and we're just going to hang it up for today's show, call it the day for today's show. There wasn't too much, but we're just bringing you just these topics that, you know, we feel are relevant. The Hennepin County Attorney's Office. Listen to this, because this is Minnesota prosecutors dropping state charges against R. Kelly. I had to look at the situation over again and whatnot, but it seems like, you know, the state prosecutors, the Hennepin County Attorney's Office said in a statement Tuesday that it believes the individual, the victim, they're saying her and Mr. Kelly would likely be convicted if tried, but the prosecutors on his charges have been doormatted and, you know, they're going to get rolled over since they filed them in 2019. What pretty much what they're saying is, like, you know, this is state charges on R. Kelly. First of all, if you guys didn't even know this was happening, it was out of Hennepin County, which is Minneapolis. I didn't either, you know what I mean? But they're dropping the state charges pretty much because the federal charges that he's going to undergo are pretty much going to keep him in prison for the rest of his life. You know what I mean? It's a fucked up situation. I just seem like it's been going for like decades now. You know what I mean? But the state are dropping their charges on him. You know, Hennepin County is dropping the charges on him because they know what he's going to be looking at on the federal level, and all that's going to get swept under the rug. Doormatted is what they're saying. It's doormat charges for what he's facing, and you know what I mean. Hold your head, R. Kelly. You know what I mean? Like, it's a fucked up situation, but it has been, I feel like, been going on forever. You know, but Minnesota decided to drop their charges. The prosecutors aren't gonna go after him with it no more because I believe it actually is. It's like, you know, what he's looking at federally because of this is what's gonna keep him imprisoned. Today our sober shout out goes to Tammy Anderson of Duluth, Minnesota. You've been sober for some years now, girl. It was great hearing from you again. What we do here with the Sober Shout Out is just bring recognition to the people that we know stay sober, stay on the right path. We bring this recognition to them because it's going to help them to continue, and we just want them to let them know it's noticed, and we love being a part of that. Also, the Sober Shout Out is brought to you the House of Healing Duluth. So if you need any of these, you know, services, just check them out. That's the House of Healing Duluth. And click like, share, subscribe. Again, we're at the Drip 101. This is, you can say, is the retail edition. Thank you for listening, sharing, watching, subscribing. That's all the time we got for today. There wasn't too much news. We're gonna stay, you know, relevant with, you know, music, shows, entertainment. We got ATL Willie on the beat back here. We're at the Drip 101, doing us, living our best life, and that's how we're rocking. Stay blessed, stay strong, stay safe, and we're going to talk to y'all next time. Shout out On Blast, shout out Drip 101, shout out North Shore Snow Blaster, Snow Removal Service, shout out the House of Healing Duluth, and we'll talk to you next time.